Not being able to read or write must have been very difficult for the time that you were in education. You went to the Christian Brothers, didn't you? What was that like?
Uh, I suppose it was all right. I didn't have much choice in the matter, like, you know. I went where I was sent. And as far as not being able to read or write, very well when I left school. I turned out, I discovered later that I was dyslexic, but there was no such thing in my day, like, you know. De La Salle brothers, actually. They made you actually stand on top of the desk, not on the seat, on the top of the desk, and read out loud from the Bible, which isn't the easiest thing to do, you know. And they also allowed other boys to make fun of you if you made mistakes. So you wound up with the whole class laughing at you just because you've made a mistake, you know.
It would have been natural to think that that actually would have put you off reading or learning how to read or write for life, but as things turned out, that's not the case. So how did you actually teach yourself to read and write?
Well, I did teach myself to read and write after I left school. I could read sort of three-letter words, like, and maybe some four-letter words, like, but, and even today I would sort of read if the word is anyway long, I would read the first part of the word and the last part of the word, and if you read it in context, you can sort of say what the word is. So with enough practice of that, I learned to read and to write, and now I would be an avid reader, and I have done a bit of writing, you know.
Yes, I believe you had a first book published a few years ago, and you're planning to publish a second book. What was the first book about?
Well, I'm an alcoholic, and I haven't drunk for many years now. I haven't drunk for 32 years. But it was a book of poetry, and it was about my recovery, and it was called Songs of an Alco, sort of a parody on Robert Service's book, Songs of a Sardo. So it was about alcoholism.
Talking about family dyslexia, or when you mentioned your father couldn't read or write, but I think you remember, if you recall, how did your family deal with that? I mean, your father got the news by there was a way that your mother told him the news. Or what was that story you were telling me about your mother actually giving your father the news?
Oh yeah, my mother used to read to him, and she was no great reader, but she could read, like, and if they were reading, say, a court case or anything, she used to, maybe if she was making the dinner or some of the kids were crying or whatever, she would say, court adjourned the next week, you know, and just cut the case short. And
as a way that you could get away. So, but
oh,
your father wasn't particularly happy about that. He wanted to hear the rest of the
he
case.
wasn't happy about that. He used to say, but Lizzie, that there's something wrong that I couldn't, and she says, well, that's what it says in the newspaper.
So I think your mother actually would have developed what they call comic timing.
No, definitely, yeah.
But it meant that the dinner was always on the table.
Oh, well, you can't have everything.
But your mother was always made lots of people welcome in this house, including
she did, yeah.
Including your friends that used to come here, like your cycling friends. They were the first group of people that you associated with, because you developed the first sport that you became involved in was cycling.
Yeah, racing.
When did you begin to do that?
I was about 16, 17, you know, and I actually won the Belfast Junior League the first year I was riding, you know.
Those people were all welcome here, and basically you joined, was it a cycling club or your cycling group?
Yeah, I joined a club in the National Cycling Association, and it was called the Crummock Road Club because we did road racing as opposed to track racing, you know.
And you've done several actually tours of several races here in Belfast, and then you began touring after that.
Well, once you're a cyclist, you never sort of put it away. As a matter of fact, I haven't had my leg over a bike for 30, 40 years, like, and I still have my racing bikes upstairs in the attic, you know. And I still sort of, maybe I'm kidding myself, would like to build one and go for a spin, like, you know, maybe do a tour of Ireland or something.
Once a cyclist, always a cyclist.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, yeah.
But how far did you begin touring then? How far did you actually manage to reach? Did you do, when you went on tours, like you first went to 50 miles, then 100 miles or further?
It was nothing for us to ride on.
Remember any significant places that you visited when you were on the bike?
Well, I remember being in Killybegs in Donegal, and I ran out of money and food, and I had to start work the next day, and I had a fairly heavy saddlebag on, and I rode home on my own from Killybegs in Donegal to Belfast without any food or money, like, you know. I had to get home, you know. And it was quite a ride over the Pettigo Mountains on my own with a saddlebag on, you know. It must be 130, 140 mile, like, you know.
I would just if you can get.
want it underneath the bridge? Right there.
I would say straight under my finger. That would be my best guess. There, or there. Yeah, because it's. I don't know why I'm saying that. I think it's. I have the bridge a bit far south because I play above the notches.
Oh, you mean in the middle there?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought you meant there.
No.
Yeah,
Well,
so
wherever it fits, whatever it fits.
No,
Cause
I
that's a
can
notch.
put it there. That's no problem.
Yeah. Just in front of the bridge, wherever it goes, sort of thing. For now, anyway.
Just about there.
Mm.
Right. Now, what I want you to do is, when I give you a word, you tighten it and I'll hold it.
Right, yeah.
If this goes in.
Yeah.
If I worked at this, you know, I could have it down to a T. It's what I did in Ford Motor Company. What I did, what I wrote.
Yeah.
To get that into the right. How's your father? I wonder where that's headed. Well, right. It's saying came from. How's your father?
Mm.
I reckon put a wee bit of test pressure on the middle sting.
The right one now.
Hey there are. I think it's held there. Huh.
It won't make a lot of difference because they're.
No, I can't move it.
Alright then, that'll do it.
I want you to have a look at it. Right, look at it from here.
Oh yeah.
Tighten
Oh no,
it-
that's good. Yeah.
Tighten that up again,
Yeah, that's good.
because it moved there.
It will slip because I'm not pushing it in enough. Not at the right angle.
Well, no, but I mean, do the heap like.
The whole lot of them.
Yeah. Right, what's the decision here? I'm going to go for clear or not.
Hard tight. If it feels tight, we
Have
can-
a look at that again and see what you think. Do you have enough of it?
Yeah.
Or do you want to see is it going to hold the resonance?
Well, I'd have to tune it more or less to the right.
Once I let go of it,
Yeah, it's there.
no, I take it out. And
All
not
right.
to go through the whole rigmarole again. But I can sort of hold that.
To
See
do
if
I
you
tune
have
it?
Yes, but I can. If I had a thought, I should put something across it. I can still do it.
Yeah, to
And
hold it.
tie it.
Yeah.
Tie it round it. See something at right angles.
Uh-huh.
And tie it round. It'll just be sticking out like that. But it would allow you to get some sort of an idea. Would it? Or would that spoil it?
I have to play it to know whether it's in the right place. Well, whether it's any better than it was. That sounds a bit better. That's not got no
Leave
buzz
it
at
out.
all.
Well, maybe that's the problem.
Well, we'll see.
This might be too long.
Sounds a wee bit more resonant. I don't know if it's just my imagination. Certainly not much worse.
Right about, you know.
It's completely gone.
It,
Anyway,
it goes. Up the herm,
Oh,
you run under the other. I was just bending over and if I can make sure I can get it in front because you're the main man.
Sit in there, Stevie. And I can hear the beat.
It's like a misty top mountain. The west along the road. What is that?
mountain top.
Mountain. Daddle diddle 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 daddle diddle day, daddle diddle diddle daddle diddle diddle day.